Hi friends, this is Iyabo. Today is Friday, January 27th, and I'm doing a quick video. I think this afternoon they're going to release the video of the police interaction with a gentleman called Tyre Nichols from Memphis, Tennessee. So Tyre Nichols, if you haven't been listening to the news, was a 29-year-old man 2 minutes away from home when the police stopped him for reckless driving. He was an employee of Federal Express, of FedEx, and he was beaten and mishandled by the police. 3 days later, he died from his injuries. And then about 10 days later, I think it is, 5 police officers that encountered him were fired. The 5 police officers were all black men. The reason I am telling you this and why I'm recording this quick video is a couple of things. I want us to think about how we're going to react when we see the video. And 2, I want us to think about whiteness. 2 things. Whiteness is not about race. It's not. It is designed to keep race within a certain stratification, but it's not about race. Every last one of us suffer from whiteness. Every last one of us. We will spend every breathing moment of the rest of our lives deprogramming ourselves out of whiteness. Whiteness is about a culture, and it's a methodology of oppression and it leaves white people at the top and black people at the very, very bottom, with a bunch of other categories in between that address this stratification. But here's the thing. You can be charcoal black and uphold every bad thing in whiteness. Whiteness is a culture, it's an ideology, it's a methodology of life, a philosophy of life that says power, force, right? That mistakes power for force, number one. It mistakes power for force and says, I have to be on top regardless of the cost to any other human being. And if I'm a police officer, as long as I'm wearing blue, I am in control and I have all the power. Okay? So you can have 5 black policemen come together and do this because they're trained to do this. They've watched white people do it. They live in an aggression and state of violence that supports this type of thinking and behavior. Second, I want us to think, why are we so violent? We talk about guns all day long. Look at what just happened in the Asian community on New Year's, the Asian New Year, the Lunar New Year. Guns, guns, guns. I got to show you I am bigger and better and in charge, and I can take you out. The lack of respect for our lives is critical. Right? Human beings' lives. And the darker the hue of the person, the less respect there is. You have got to think of every single FedEx man you've seen and think of that young man. Every time you see a black FedEx driver in the summer when they're in their shorts, even UPS driver, the mailman, same kind of category, the Amazon delivery person, same kind of work, same kind of category. Think about that person being killed by the police, yet they're doing they're coming 2 minutes away from home, coming home from work, right? So that's the first thing I want you to think about, that whiteness is a cultural ideology that 5 black cops can uphold, because the history of policing in this country stems out of white people forming police groups to protect the slave masters of enslaved people from them running away, because we were valued as property. Black bodies were valued as property. And so plantation owners were able to put together police to say, if he runs away, get him, kill him, beat him, whatever, right? So the whole process of policing and enforcement is rooted on property rights, enslaved people as property. And so the violence that was always okay against people that were property, and then later on, supposedly not property, but still perceived of as property. That's what policing is about. So yeah, you can be a black cop and be in that system. Number two, let's think about how we're going to react when this video comes out. How do we counter violence with peace? If you pour fire on fire, it's going to inflame and be a lot bigger. You got to pour water or you got to pour sand on fire for that thing to go out, or any sort of fire deterrent. How are we going to make our voices heard without causing more mayhem and violence? Yes, violence and a riot is the voice of the oppressed when they feel they cannot be heard. However, I believe that violence cannot cure violence. That's just my own belief. Lots of people believe differently. What is your belief? Are you going to turn away from that video when it comes out on TV? If you're white, are you going to sit there with your kids, especially if you have a 29-year-old or an 18-year-old, and tell them how this is this country and how we cannot run away from looking at these things? If you are black, are you going to be kind to yourself and not watch this video, or maybe listen to the audio only, or pause it when you become nauseous and sick, when the cells in your body are speaking to you from your ancestors saying, we've gone through this before. This is not the first time. When your own biological ancestors start speaking to you in your cells about what they've gone through. Who is the video for? Is it for black people? Is it for white people? Is it for Asians? Is it for other people to see? But I really need my black brothers and sisters to take care of ourselves today. And we don't have to watch the video. Our cells know what happened. Please be kind. Be very gentle with yourself today. Blessings and peace on the family of Tyre Nichols. Oh, may you have peace. May your heart be soothed. May your son know that he is beloved wherever he is, and may our communities heal from violence. May we all learn to lay down our weapons of violence. Please share this message widely. Thank you.